Good morning, it's me, Pinky. You know that I work with Imaginisce, and this is not an Imaginisce certified video, but I've done a couple classes now on the iRock tool, so I thought I would just take a couple minutes, give you all a couple tips today about how I use the iRock tool to make it a little more clear. So the iRock tool works, it has batteries inside, 3 batteries, AA, and you just turn the button on, and then it's on, but it's not going to get hot yet. This end heats up a little bit. And then, in order for it to get hot, you have to press this little button, and you see the red light comes on. And usually how I try and hold this is, I try and hold one finger holds the button down, and one finger holds the button, so the light's on, and then I try and hold my other finger in front of the light so I can see it. For me, that's what works easiest. It's not what works easiest for everybody. Once you have the tool on, it only takes about 10 to 15 seconds to heat up, and then you're good to go. Now, I'm going to show you on these metal studs, see they're moving around here, that it just takes about 3 or 4 seconds to heat up, and you're good to go. And if you keep heating it for too long, then the glue will come up and it will burn the tip of your tool. It won't hurt it because I've had a lot of smoke and a lot of burning, but it will come up. And then if you want to see if it's done, you just tap it a little bit with the tool, because I can't tell you how many times I have went, oh, and burned the heck out of my finger. Even on TV a few weeks ago, I burnt my finger. So it's definitely something you don't want to touch for a few minutes. But you can see clearly now, after they've cooled a little bit, that they're fine. Now, if you're using the heat-resistant templates, then you're just going to take, what I try and do with these is, I try and take a couple of the big stones first, and I try and set them. And if you notice that some of the bigger stones, the glass stones, they take about 10 or 15 seconds to set, the big ones, and the smaller ones take about 5 to 10 seconds to set. And the reason is because the heat has to go all the way through the glass first, and then it'll be on there. But with the metal, you know, it instantly heats so quickly. And another tip I have is these little, they look like lip gloss swabs to me, but they're not. But they pick up your gems. Now, I tell everybody to get them wet to pick up their studs and their gems, but if you get them too wet, it is not going to work. They have to be just a bit wet. It's also going to make a mess if you get them too wet. So I suggest you dip them in water, and then you rub them on your apron or something to get some of the water out, and then you go ahead and work with it. And it makes it a lot easier than tweezers or anything else. So that's another tip I have for you. And also, if you get these wet, go ahead and dry them before you put them back in the tube, because they come in a tube like this. Because a couple of mine I didn't dry all the way, and they did mold. So, and I know that's really gross, but it's important to know. I don't want it to happen to you. So I would just make sure this is super dry before you put it away. I'd leave it out for like 10 minutes and you'll be good to go. And the tweezers don't really work for me on these, but this works really well. And as you can see, most of the time I just dump a few of my gems out, and then I place them on with the little wand, because it's easier for me to do it that way. Another tip I have is, if you're working with any sort of fabric at all, you really do need to, oh, I didn't have that on, you really need to wash the fabric first and dry it fully first before putting the studs on. I have made about 4 shirts the first time, and I did not wash them and dry them, and guess what? The gems started to fall off. And that was totally my fault because I didn't read the directions. But definitely make sure you wash and dry them first. So you can see it's totally stuck on there. This tool's really fun to have. It works really good. I love that it doesn't have a cord. It's really easy to use. It just takes a couple of minutes. My boys love using it too. So I hope these tips helped you today. I'm going to make another list of more tips later on. Have a great day.